Sorry, sir. Gold Team still needs more time.
Oh, Charles, now you have finally found the metal to do what is necessary. You are a traitor to your race.
Been in a lot of wars, bub. The brave always die first.
Logan, finally, this feud is over!
No! Magnus! For the love of God, don't do this!
What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? Thank you for joining us today at Tully Television. I'm Bart, and I hope that we can earn your subscription today. If so, you hit the red subscribe bar down below, you hit all on that bell notification, and you like this video to let YouTube know that only together can we go straight to the moon, baby. But let's get into X-Men 97, Episode 9, Tolerance is Extinction. Part 2 of 3. One more episode to the season finale after this, and I'll tell you, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Okay, and for anyone that may be coming in on this channel for the first time, we do discuss spoilers. So do your due diligence and make sure you don't watch stuff that may spoil things for you, because not everyone is going to say that they're spoiling stuff because they don't care. They would assume that you already know what you've seen before coming here, right? I don't know, but this episode, man, I tell you, each time the stakes are getting raised higher and higher in this series, and there's no doubt that this has been the best season of Marvel television in my view. And if you want to say just for animation, that's fine, but I think that this is up there with the best Marvel television series up there since maybe even WandaVision, in my opinion. But we see here our characters, Magneto amping up, getting ready for war. Charles and his X-Men are gathering their thoughts as well about what has happened to the state of mutant affairs, what Magneto has done to the world. And Magneto affected the world so much that Storm has alerted the X-Men that by this time tomorrow, the planet is going to be, if there's nothing done to change the course of what's going on, that there's going to be nothing left to fight for anyway, no matter what Bastion may do. And Bastion is getting himself ready also for the final confrontation, because he knows the X-Men are coming back. We see him with his mother in his childhood home, and I think this has added a little bit more of a fire for him, because it seems like he finally lost someone that he cares about, and not just doing this for humanity's sake, right? Because of his programming with Nimrod that was passed on to him. he really now feels like he has a dog in the race, right? With his mother passing along. The X-Men decide to break into two groups, the Gold Team and the Blue Team. The one team is made up of Cyclops, Wolverine, Jubilee, Xavier, Nightcrawler, and they're going to go face Magneto, and Jean, Beast, Storm, Forge, Cable, and Morph are going to confront Bastion. But in between getting ready for the missions, we see Magneto with Asteroid M go to the Xavier Institute estate to talk to Charles and the X-Men one last time, and offers them invite to stay with him as him and his fellow mutants basically take over or destroy the world. Xavier tries to debate him, and he even said, Eric even said, you know, I tried your way, but you're unwilling to try my way. Why is that? And he turns to X-Men, he was like, you want to blame, because a lot of blame by Cyclops especially, that this happened because of Magneto. No, Bastion attacked everybody, all the mutants, and Magneto was a nut. Let's not forget that Magneto was a victim of the Yazis back in World War II, and now he sees another Yazi regime getting ready to take over and making their moves against a specific group of people. So why is Cyclops so upset that he reacted poorly, or reacted the way he did, or surprised? He didn't just do it to do it. He tried Xavier's way of the dream, and Xavier's not willing to try his path with Magneto. Only Xavier's right, only Cyclops is right. This shows you that there's still the moral conundrum that they're facing between things are so they're looking at things only black or white and not nuanced like how life is, and Magneto is right in this particular instance. Maybe there will be innocent lives being taken because of his actions, people hooked up to medical equipment that is run by electronics and stuff. But do you really expect him, after what happened to mutant kind just now, 16 million mutants perished at Genosha, and he's worried about a handful of people passing away? I don't know if I would care for such a thing in that state of mind myself. And Rogue and Sunspot take him up on the offer of joining him. So Sunspot and Rogue, for all intent and purposes, if you want to look at it like in the wrestling terms, they turned heel. They joined Magneto, and Roberto. I know last video I called him Bobby, but I meant Roberto. Roberto, I especially don't mind because he was like, you know, my mother handed me over to these people. Rogue, she said, I was there at Genosha. I seen what happened. I was there fighting for Genosha. And Magneto was there too. And Charles was off playing Romeo and Juliet out in space. You know, I don't blame. There's a lot of hurt feelings over this Genosha thing, and I think I might myself want to align myself with Magneto on this particular subject. But Charles Xavier has always felt like he knew better, that his dream of peaceful coexistence was a reality that has yet to come past, and Magneto the best way I've heard Magneto and Charles and their views is Charles dreams about the how the world could be. Magneto sees the world for what it is, and we get some interesting interactions on Asteroid M as our team goes there. Jubilee is very mad at him, and they have a little confrontation. Um, Ford, I'm going to start off with the missions per mission. All right, the Bastion mission. The plan is to put some sort of collar around him to be able to break his communication with the Sentinels and take him out and leave him powerless. Forge is piloting the Blackbird. He gets taken down by the Sentinels. Storm shortly follows him getting taken out. Beast and Morph get taken out by Bastion specifically as they try to go and put the collar on him. And it's down to Jean and Cable, but Mr. Sinister makes his appearance and controls Cable now through whatever the techno-organic virus that he put in him as a child has given Sinister access to control Cable now, and he's making Cable fight Jean Grey. Jean Grey, before an explosion of energy happens, calls out to Scott out into space, and that's the last time we've seen Jean and Cable for this episode. Charles Xavier wanted Magneto's helmet off. Wolverine was finally able to get the helmet off. Xavier's taken over Magneto's mind. And when Cyclops had gotten that psionic call from Jean Grey, he shoots Xavier's chair to push him out of the way, distract him, leaving Magneto open to do an attack. He pins everybody to the sides of the inner halls of Asteroid M, leaving Wolverine free to stab him in the back, as Wolverine says to him, "It's always the brave that die first." Magneto pushes his helmet onto Charles Xavier, once again turns around and attacks Wolverine, and we get the iconic X-Men issue 25 scene of Wolverine losing his medal because Magneto is tearing it out of his skin. And that's how this episode ends. This was a very intense episode. This makes you think deeply about what side of mutant kind would you land on. Are you tired of these genocides, these attempted genocides, these attempted crimes on your life and the ones around you because of having powers that you were born with and you have no control whether you're born with them or not? Now, I understand that some mutants are not able to control their powers. I get that. But to blame every mutant, or even that mutant specifically, for it is not always fair. And yes, life isn't fair. But how many times can you get punched in the face before you punch back, right? And Magneto's getting done. He's done playing Mr. Nice Guy. He was done playing Mr. Nice Guy years ago. He's definitely done playing Mr. Nice Guy now. And I think that, I mean, we know Wolverine survives this for the most part. We don't know what's going to be the storyline for him after this. If they're going to follow it beat for beat, like in the comic books, and him and Elektra go on missions together in X, Y, and Z, and he leaves the X-Men for a while. Is Jean gone? Is Forge gone? Cable. Is Bishop going to make an appearance next episode? A lot of questions are still dangling in the air. Who's going to be able to take out Bastion? If at all, who's going to take out Sinister? I like to see maybe Morph be able to go one-on-one against Sinister and take him out somehow. I don't think anyone's going to particularly perish in the season finale. No big names, I don't think, anyway. I can't really see, maybe Jean, but then that means bringing back the Phoenix again. They already did that whole thing. So I don't know. I don't know if there's anyone that's going to be a major name that dies in the next episode. But I think things are definitely not going to be the same. If anyone is to come back from death, it might be Gambit as a Horseman of Apocalypse near the end, or get like a little epilogue or something like that with him, even if the X-Men don't confront him or he confronts them. But I think that what's going to happen is someone's going to wind up taking out Magneto, making him unconscious. Everyone's going to come back together to at least go down to Earth after Magneto's taken care of, to then try to help Wolverine. And I don't know how they're going to handle this Bastion thing. It's going to be really interesting. I don't know who's going to take him out or how, but I'm really, again, the animation style is great. The writing has been great. Every episode feels like there's been stakes involved in it, and I can only imagine the chaos that's going to happen in the season finale. I'm sad to see the show almost done for the season. You let me know down below what you've been thinking of this season as a whole. Is it the best thing Marvel's put out in a few years? I don't know. I feel like it may be up there, man. But let me know. Until next time, peace, snickums.